All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Run the South.
Okay, all right. You already fucked up. We're not doing this.
Dude, what?
This is Run the North. You got the whole wrong fucking show. Okay, we bring this guy on to be a fucking guest. We're trying to find our third co-host, and he fucks it up already. So anyways, welcome back everybody to Run the North. I'm the sexiest toast of all time.
No, we're done. No.
Okay. All right.
You have no energy when it comes to the intro, man. And what the fuck was that?
What do you want me to do? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Run the North podcast.
No, it's...
fucking anime protagonist.
Stop. No, stop. It's what's up and welcome back to the Run the North podcast. I am your host, the Geek Slays, joined as always by Miller Football, unfortunately. And today we also have a special guest. It's Anti-Jake. Who is struggling to crack open whatever that is.
Is that a twisted tea?
It's a tweet, yeah.
Oh my god, bro's about to bash somebody over the head with a twisted tea. Fucking incredible.
Fucking twisted tea. Are you for real?
Oh.
What's so actually? What do you dislike about it?
They're so vile.
It's bad tea. It doesn't taste.
Yeah, I don't like tea to begin with,
and it's bad tea, bro. It tastes like the tea went bad about 4 days ago.
Depends on what you're into, guys. Sorry,
I'm into things that taste good.
Real, like this granola bar, not sponsored,
but maybe it could be. Can it?
Millville.
What? Hey, they're nuts in that. Can that be a sponsor, or do we have to burn it with fire?
Yeah,
no,
I mean, honestly,
no
I was gonna say we can't get sponsored by anything that's got nuts in it.
Yeah, we can't.
Why?
No, because it'll kill me.
You got a peanut allergy?
I tried to do my research
3 years, and I'm just now finding out you have a peanut allergy.
You knew this. You just ignore most of what I say, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yes, you did.
Well, no, it's because he just met you.
How would I know
the entire world knows this because I am the biggest hater of Five Guys of all time. Because they're so goddamn lazy about it. No. You charge $40 fucking for a hamburger and you can't, use the correct type of peanut oil so that like half the country can still eat your food. It is the most overpriced pile of garbage I've ever seen.
Survival of the fittest. Ever heard of it?
Miller, I really don't think that the guy who cannot breathe without medication should be talking about survival of the fittest, dog.
Ooh, you can't eat a little peanut. Ooh.
Yeah, let me take your inhaler away and see what you do without air, bitch.
No.
But without further ado, Miller, how you doing? Now he's chewing. Anti-Jake, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, dude. Yeah, I'm as wide awake as I've ever been in my life. There's not a single ounce of being tired in this body, and so I'm as wide awake as I've ever been. I feel good. I feel electric. Yeah, that's about it. I'm happy to be here. This is exciting. Yeah.
This is a first for you. You've never been on a podcast before.
No, I've gotten a lot of invites. Like, I don't know, those part of my take guys over at Barstool, whatever. They want, like, they're a little too big. I don't feel like Anti-Jake is ready for the entire world.
A little too Hollywood.
So I figured I would come on like the smallest possible podcast to make sure that nobody ever sees this. And
why didn't you go on that movie podcast that he does that I forgot the name of?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Dueling Fates would be a better
Dueling
choice.
Fates.
Hey, Geek, I got something to talk to you about after this episode.
His facial expression went from laughing to...
Well, it's kind of funny because
it's funny.
I mean, it is funny.
Do you guys have more subs already?
No, but we do get more viewers.
I was gonna say there was a chance that was the case.
Yeah, no, but we do. Oh God, that's tough. Oh, that was our today's TikTok or short video. Shorts are stupid. But yeah. I don't know, man. Is today Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday the 10th, the new episode or the new season of The Boys premieres in a few days.
Who cares? Do you guys watch The Acolyte yet, though?
No,
You
I've heard
should.
good things
It's sick.
Hate Star Wars.
All right,
Sucks.
I'm kicking you off the show.
though.
You're done.
Speaking of Star Wars, check out this. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see the shirt I'm wearing in this picture.
No.
It's not gonna show up. Yeah, no. So I'm trying to show you. This is just my way of segueing into saying I met Roger Clark. I met Arthur fucking Morgan. Nicest guy in the world, dude. Genuinely a sweetheart. It was great. We went in and so I brought this up last week, but this is just my flexing because I'm so excited about this. I have to talk about it. So we went in and I've never met like a celebrity and understood that they were a celebrity of any kind. Like, you know, I tell the Jack Lambert story. I was 8. I didn't know who Jack Lambert was, so I didn't understand the magnitude of the encounter. With this, I understood, and we sat in line for like 30 minutes because it was a long line. And I was about ready to shit myself the whole time. I was fucking petrified. We get up there, first thing he says to me, I like your shoes.
Nice.
And that was it. It was beautiful. Like, it was almost like he knew that was the thing I was most proud of. Because you know me, I love my sneakers. But he was awesome. We got to talk to him for like 5 minutes. And then we talked to Rob Whitehoff, who plays John Marston. And they were both sweethearts, both wonderful people. It was incredible. It was a little sad, though. We missed out on meeting Ned Luke and I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who plays Franklin in GTA 5, he was also supposed to be there. And they both were missing the time that we went, which was unfortunate, but it was awesome.
Love
I was
that.
happy.
They're supposed to be here, but they just weren't. So
Well,
that's fun.
I should rephrase. They were there. Like, they had their scheduled times. We just went at not their scheduled time. That's the better way to put it. I misworded it.
All right.
Misspoke.
Well, today we're going to be going over our top 10 corners and our top 10 safeties. Let's see. Miller, where do you want to start?
I think we should let our guests decide.
Oh, God.
We'll start with corners. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as we did last week, we got to go over the guys who we think are guaranteed to be in our top 10, so we don't spend too much time arguing their place.
Yeah.
I know of 3 that I'm pretty sure we're all going to agree on. Sauce, Pat Surtain, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
Who else is going in that undoubtedly here list?
I think Trent McDuffie's got to be up there.
Higher.
You think McDuffie already?
Yeah, I love McDuffie, dude. He's a game changer.
That's wild.
I thought he was the better corner on the Chiefs last year, if you ask me.
That's wild, but probably fair.
Yeah.
Was last year his second or third year? Was it his third? Am I on drugs? Because if it's not, we got to play by the rule where he doesn't get to be here.
Well, no, I don't.
Oh, no, he definitely wasn't a rookie.
Year.
That's fair. Yeah, my brain's
And that was his
goofy.
second year.
Okay.
Yeah, because Sauce is going to be number one probably, and he was in his second year. AJ Terrell's interesting because I don't disagree, but I feel like he's going to be a lot lower than I would probably initially want him to be.
Maybe.
Because 2021 was magic for AJ Terrell, but like since then he hasn't quite gotten back to that. He's still been really good, but I don't think he's the best player in their secondary at this point. So he's a little bit. I don't know if I'd consider him a lock.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm heading with that. Like I think he's more of like a back half of the top 10. Like I would argue he's there, but I don't think he's a lock necessarily. Like I think another lock, and I know Geek's gonna disagree with me because he doesn't like him. I would put Charvarius Ward up there.
Oh, I wouldn't put him as a lock. No world.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's 5 corners better than him.
That's insane.
Oh no, maybe I'm forgetting somebody. Who am I forgetting?
I think one of my locks, maybe it's not a lock for you guys, is Denzel Ward.
Yeah, that's a fair one.
You know what? Yeah, actually, I will say Ward over Ward. I can get behind that.
Ward over
I'm
Ward.
A big Denzel.
Nice.
I'm a big Denzel
I will get
Ward
behind
guy.
that. I think
You think,
also we got
Miller, let
to
me ask you this. Do you think Trayvon Diggs is better than Charvarius Ward?
better than Charvarius. No,
Okay. So
no, I don't think
Trayvon's a
Diggs
guy
is
that I
better.
wouldn't call as a lock, but I would say is
I
I
think
would
he's in the
say
conversation as well.
in the top 10.
Um, we gotta say that guy from Green Bay probably
as a lock, I don't think so.
for
I
top
don't know.
10.
We're not.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, our
That's-
locks are supposed to be like the guaranteed
Yeah.
top 5. We're not
I don't
talking
think
about this.
He's not guaranteed
Okay.
top 10. Yeah, no shot.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
guaranteed it.
Okay,
That's like putting
Interesting.
Mike Evans in your lock.
okay. So
spot.
if we're just going pure top 5, then
Soft
JJ
PS2
Gardner
Jalen.
Surtain.
Yeah.
Again, I would say McDuffie and Ward can
McDuffie
go
and
up
Ward.
there.
Okay.
Wait, what about that fella in Miami?
Jalen is definitely a guy I forgot to write down.
Mr. Gumflapper.
I don't think he's a lock top 5 anymore. I think he's a lock top 10, but I don't think he's a lock top 5.
Yeah,
He's no longer
I
the
agree
best
with that.
corner in the game, undoubtedly.
yeah.
So,
No, definitely not.
but
Okay.
I think he definitely. We can
give him
make
a
this
top
just
10
like
nod.
receivers, where we make him like in this lock, where he's like for sure one of the top ish guys. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I don't.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Johnson, Gardner, Surtain, Ward, and McDuffie.
Yep.
As our
And then we'll
okay.
put Jalen in there somewhere. So then we've got a whole mess of dudes to bring up.
Yeah. I got 7 guys I'd go to bat for here.
So I've got, I don't know.
I have one that you guys aren't gonna like. I don't think.
Who?
But it should
I
be
have
in
like
the
8 or
conversation.
9. Oh no.
They're number 8 in Carolina down there.
I had JC Horn on my list also. I did.
He just hasn't
Um,
been healthy enough for me to. Yeah, it's tough.
And that's kind of
He's
where I'm
so
leaning.
good.
Yeah, the
But
health
he's
is
so
tough.
good.
Yeah.
I think if we're going,
Such a good corner.
health is going to matter because health mattered last week when we were talking about like Mark Andrews
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Health has
you know,
mattered.
guys like that. Like I think health matters, so I wouldn't say JC. If we were going just pure talent,
Yeah.
like ignoring outside factors, ignoring all that kind of stuff, sure.
Yeah.
But considering everything, because this is the same reason, you know, because other guys, if we were going pure talent, I would say Gonzo would be in this conversation. But again, he got hurt last year before he really took off,
was also
even
a
though he had some
rookie.
really damn good football. Also that, right.
Yeah.
So I
think,
would say no to Horn just because of the injuries. But
I
I
think
see
Lattimore's in the conversation.
oh,
For sure.
I think Lattimore is a top 10 lock.
I don't know if he is because there's so many guys. Now, Lattimore and the other old guy I was going to bring up is Gilly Lock. Stephon Gilmore's still there, man.
I don't know if I'd put him top 10.
Bro watched him only ever get burnt by Justin Jefferson, and we're going to pretend he's not still Gilly Lock. Just, sorry, name one corner who doesn't get burnt by JJ.
I mean, that wasn't my reasoning, but okay.
But I do think he did get hurt
Jalen
last
Johnson?
year. Bro didn't have to play JJ, and that's why we're giving him credit. That's insane.
You know, Gilmore's another guy who, I don't know. I'm not. Injuries have been an issue historic. Well, I guess not as much as I was thinking.
No, just last year because didn't he like tear his ACL like week.
Last year he played the whole year.
Really, I swear he got hurt at the end of last year because
Maybe he did, but he has
got
17
taken
games
out of the
started.
game. He got taken out of a game, and everybody thought like, "Oh my god, another one!" And then he came back, and it was like,
Right.
"Oh, cool." I
I
forgot.
don't know, I still don't know if I'm putting him top 10.
That's locking Lattimore, but not Gilly is a weird choice.
Am I off my rocker with Lattimore? Did
No,
Lattimore
was
going to
be a guy I want
last year?
No, Lattimore was also a guy I wanted to bring up, but like we're putting Lattimore almost 2 categories above Gilly, where you're like, I don't know if Gilly's top 10, and you're trying to say Lattimore's a lock.
Ooh, okay. So if we're going with the injury thing, Lattimore only played 10 games last year, played 7 games the year before.
Lattimore's out.
That is something I did forget.
Yeah, I did
So
too.
that, and then that would also take out Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
write him down because I knew the injury. It's also why Trey White isn't on my list because he hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, Marlowe only played 10 games last year. He played 17 the year before, but 15 and 12 the 2 years before that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
okay.
Let
As
me
much as
throw
I hate,
another name at you guys here.
okay.
Yep.
What are your boys' thoughts on number 23 down in Indy?
I think so. We were having this conversation off camera about
Yeah.
like the current state of corners, where there really are like 5 or 6 guys who are like true dudes. Like no matter what, you put them in your secondary, they can be a number one, take out the other team's number one option as a receiver. And then outside of that, at corner, there's like 20 or 30 guys who are still really good at the position, not like average starters, not like mid, like really good, but they have 1 or 2 things that prevent them from being that number one. Like we brought up DJ Reed, who is 5'9" and is always going to be somebody's Robin. You have a guy like Kenny Moore, who you just brought up, who is confined to playing nickel.
Well,
you're not going to see Kenny Moore on the outside.
Also, he's also
Right.
5'9".
Is he also 5'9"? I thought he was a little bit bigger
No.
than that. Okay, so there's my point with that.
Yeah.
Whereas some guys like Trent McDuffie, yeah, he's traditionally a nickel corner. He can play outside, and we saw him play really good football on the outside when he had to. Is he at his best in the nickel? Sure, but he's still damn good. So if they're not, like when we're talking this top 10, if they're not a guy I think can be a number one corner somewhere, I don't know, or like a number one corner on a contending team, then I don't know if I want to put them in my top 10. And I feel like Moore is one of those guys who would be much better served as like a really good number 2, like a really good complement to somebody else. Because I don't see him taking out the other team's top option. I don't see him being a true lockdown player, taking the other, like I said, the other team's top guy out of the game. And I think there's some limitations to his game, but I do think he's another guy that if we weren't taking that kind of stuff into account, we were going pure talent, argument's definitely there. It's just a matter of we're trying to look at things in the bigger picture and not just look at pure talent, because that's boring. We know who the 10 most talented corners are in the sport.
Yeah.
When you start to consider fit and health and age and things of that nature, it becomes a different conversation.
Can I bring up a name Miller's gonna hate?
Ooh.
Because Miller tried to argue with me about it a couple weeks ago. Derek Stingley.
What did I say about Derek Stingley a
You
couple
and
weeks ago? I
Jackson
don't
were
remember this.
hating on it. Was it you and Jackson or you and Patrick? One of the two were hating on Stingley. It's like, no, Stingley's been great. He had like that one play that we talked about that week, one of the Texans games, he got burnt. But it's like, so does everybody that's not like Sauce at this point. Yeah, I remember you guys. I remember getting in a fight about Stingley.
I'm trying to remember.
And I remember
year
one, he was weird because he missed a bunch of games. But last year, he was healthy, I think. Now I don't
still think
remember.
last year he was pretty inconsistent. Like he had some rough stretches. Like I would say Stingley's top 15.
Did not. He only started 11 last year, so I can't argue for him. That's unfortunate.
Stingley, I could see top 15. Top 10's a little rich for me.
I'd make the argument more if he had played 17.
Yeah.
Also, in this little thing, I mean, last year was his worst year ever, so we might want to not go with him. But
who?
Darius Slay. Got to bring up the old men sometimes.
Yeah. And he's one I think is also on the borderline.
Yeah. Well, that's who we're talking about right now. Is the borderline.
Right.
So we have our 5.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Let's say Jalen and Jair as 6 and 7. So we need 3 guys. You've got Charvarius Ward, L'Jarius Sneed, AJ Terrell, Trevon Diggs, Tariq Woolen, Asante Samuel Jr., Stephon Gilmore.
Definitely not Woolen. Woolen got benched halfway through last year, dude.
Because he couldn't tackle.
Yeah, that matters. Dude, if your tackling is so bad you get taken off the field on a team whose next best corner is, or I'm sorry, your next best outside corner is Kobe Bryant.
Hey, watch your mouth.
You ain't top 10.
That matters.
Watch your mouth.
That means they didn't value his coverage enough to keep him on the field when he couldn't tackle. Because there's corners out there that can't tackle, but they stay on the field because they're fucking good at coverage. Deion Sanders couldn't tackle.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to be like, who's the greatest corner of all time?
Did he ever get taken off the field for his tackling?
I don't know, man. He got taken off the field for no reasons, which is insane. He was the biggest diva of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't even get taken off the baseball field when he was ass. Like, Deion just could do no wrong.
But his coverage was so good that it didn't matter.
But, yeah, the other guy I was thinking of was, like, Darrelle Revis, who was not a good tackler, but, like...
But again, did Revis ever get benched for his tackling? He was Revis fucking Island. He never came off the field because nobody threw at him.
Right.
We don't have Woolen Island. We have... Woolen.
Well, he was also a second-year player in Pete Carroll's system, where even if he was Darrelle Revis, I bet you Carroll would have benched Darrelle too. One play where Darrelle got burnt by a fucking running back, and he would have been like, "No, you're done. You're off."
And that matters. I think that matters. I think if your tackling is so bad you get taken off the field, it matters.
Okay, but that's like again, you ignored the context. I was just the switch of context of like, would Deion or Revis been benched in the same position? Maybe, because it's Pete fucking Carroll.
Still.
So you can't just go, well, he got benched. Would he have got benched any other team? I don't know.
Judging by how bad he tackled, yes.
I don't actually remember. I wasn't watching. I wasn't out here watching the Seahawks on a regular basis.
His tackling last year made Eddie Jackson look like prime Harrison Smith.
W. Not really, because Eddie Jackson's atrocious. But like,
yes. So
who did I say? AJ Terrell, Trayvon Diggs, Charvarius Ward.
Those are my three.
So just because we haven't mentioned
Samuel
his name
Jr.
yet,
and Stephon Gilmore would be the
you
five.
You guys both just super low on L'Jarius Sneed.
No, I did say his name.
I was gonna say he said Sneed.
Oh, okay.
I'm also Sneed too.
Rocking the jersey.
He's got the jersey. Yeah. No, we like. I thought you were gonna say Bland.
Oh God, fuck that guy. He's bad.
Yeah.
He's what
Bland is not a good
DaRon Bland is what people think Trayvon Diggs is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they both did the funny interception thing.
Yeah, but Trayvon, can cover somebody.
Yeah, he came
Bland
back.
Just funny interception thing.
Well, Bland, we still got one more year. If Bland can come out next year and be a good cover corner,
that's true.
He was not a rookie last year, so no, it's not.
Can I continue?
Sure.
Because Diggs had his big breakout interception year, and then came out the next year. It was a much improved cover corner because he got burnt so bad, and they were like, "Hey, Diggs, go learn how to cover." If Bland follows the same arc, different story. But we don't know if he's going to do that yet.
He won't.
He might. He might not.
I'm standing by he won't. I'll die on that.
I don't think he will either, but crazier things have happened.
See, because Diggs, normally, the blown coverages weren't actually blown coverages. It was just him doing the Marcus Peters thing. Where fucking I'm going for the ball, missing, giving up a touchdown.
Yeah.
DaRon Bland just gets beat.
Yeah, which is fair. And again, I don't think he will either. I'm not like defending DaRon Bland. I'm just saying, if we're gonna go with the Diggs comparison, let's be fair. Anti-Jake, you said you had a fun one.
Yeah, I don't actually think he's top 10 yet, although he played quite well last year. Number 18 in Vegas really caught my eye last year.
The GOAT.
You're not allowed to be top 10 because he wears number 18 at corner.
But I like Jack Jones.
Yeah. Jack
Don't
Jones
care what repulsive number. Wear a real number and we can talk.
I actually think he's quite good.
He is quite good.
He is good, but
it was just the weird taking a gun to an airport that had him in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't condone that behavior.
No.
However, borderline.
Hey, maybe that's the type of behavior you can say, "Hey, dumb idiot." It's not.
Hey, we here at Run the North don't advise you to take firearms to airports. Don't do that.
Follow TSA rules. It's pretty simple. They're pretty spelled out.
Yeah,
Though I
You
but
do
I think
sneak
Yeah.
Zach
your
Jones
popcorn onto your
needed
flight,
need,
like
needed
the
his
movie
name
theater.
said. Needed his name said during
Did you even
this.
say his name, or did you just
he
say
said it.
18 in Vegas?
He
Oh,
ended
okay.
up saying
No,
it.
I said it multiple times.
Okay, I didn't
Um,
hear it. I was distracted by gun at airport. Excuse
Fair.
me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I think, who would you say we need 3 out of this list, right?
Yeah, my 3 are Ward, Sneed, and Terrell
Yeah,
out of what we have left.
those are a good 3.
I like not Ward, Jesus.
He almost
Sneed,
said it.
Terrell, and Diggs. That would be my. I looked
I'm
at
taking Ward
Denzel
over
Ward
Diggs.
again, and man, I really don't know if I am.
Dude, he's the only corner the Niners have had, and he's been holding down the fort for the past like 3 years.
He's been
It
holding.
has kept them in more games. Like, with how bad their corners have been, they should be getting exposed a lot more in their secondary. And he hasn't let it happen. Like, now they're starting to kind of get there. Like, Ambry Thomas has been okay. But, like, for a while there, he was the only corner in San Francisco.
Yeah, while also playing behind the best linebacking core and one of the best defensive lines in football. He has the easiest job of every corner on this list. And we're trying to prop him over, guys, for having an easier job.
Also, I got the other corner wrong. It's Diamador Lenore that's been good, not Ambry Thomas.
No,
they both came out at the same
Lenore
time.
just... Wait. Hold on. Am I thinking of
No,
the wrong
Lenore's Diamador Lenore is their other starting corner. They both, I'm pretty sure they were the same draft class.
Actually,
I think that's
South Alabama. But I
Renardo Green. He's
No, that
not
wasn't-
South
that was Ball
Alabama.
State. That was Ball
Yeah.
State. I'm thinking of a different guy.
Weird.
Renardo Green was Florida State. Renardo Green, I'm really excited about for them. Just on some other.
But, yeah, I don't know,
Oh,
man.
Daryl Luter Jr. That's what I was thinking of.
Ah, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Might not have even been South Alabama. Also,
No,
a
I
guy
think
who
he was
did
Ball State. I think you were right
had
about that.
a sneaky good season. Not sneaky good, but a sneaky decent season last year as a corner. Roger McCreary.
Low key, yeah, but I can't push Titans prop.
I know you can. I'm not pushing
I don't know
prop.
if I
I'm just saying
can.
his name should be mentioned.
I mean, yeah, we can mention his name, but I don't think he's top 10.
Definitely not. But he had a good year last year.
So is the only debate right now Ward and Diggs? Is that the only one we're trying to debate? I guess I'm the only one trying, but
Charvarius Ward and Trevon Diggs.
yeah.
No, I think Diggs is better than Ward.
Jake
The more I've
sees the
thought about
vision.
it, the more I've thought about it.
And it's entirely, and it might not just be a skill thing, but we are taking situation into factor. And when you get, the rest of your corner room is weak. So was Dallas's until last year.
Counter argument.
Diggs got hurt last year.
Yes.
That's a fair counter argument.
True.
Since we're doing the whole health thing. Played 2 games last year.
Wait, 2 games last year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only reason to be around Blaine did anything. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why.
That makes a lot
That's the
more
other
sense.
reason why Blaine did anything, because he was hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So, here's what we can do. I will argue one of 2 things. Since we're doing the injury thing,
yeah.
either we go. I would say this conversation can be between Diggs, Ward, and Lattimore.
I would give it to Ward over Lattimore, I think.
Okay.
And I think we just end it with, it would be Diggs had he been healthy. He's not, so it's Ward.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree, but if that's what you guys want to go with, and I'm outnumbered.
We could could have been a more fun argument had I been able to continue to argue for Diggs. But I'm sorry, I don't know what you see from Ward that you think is so much better.
He's one of the best press man corners in sport.
Is he, or does he just benefit
Yes.
from the fact that every quarterback that plays the Niners has to get the ball out in less than a second or it's over? So all he has
because
to
how
do is
quick
kind
the-
of stand
because-
close to people.
Because how quick the quarterback gets the ball out matters or impacts how well he's able to jam guys at the line of scrimmage and prevent them from getting a clean release.
Counterpoint. Jordan Addison. Biggest game of the season against Charvarius Ward.
Aren't you the guy that's been saying everyone except for Sauce Gardner gets burnt like every now and then? Hasn't that been one of your thesis arguments here? Does that not apply to Ward also?
I
didn't say get burnt now and again, but I did. But also, Sauce is, I think, a kind of a different level of corner right now.
Right, and that's what that's kind of my point.
Everybody does get burnt. Who's getting burnt by the rookie? Only the rookie who sucks against press man beat the best press man corner? Huh.
Show me the play. I'll guarantee he wasn't pressed on him.
He probably
I'll
wasn't.
guarantee it was off coverage.
I didn't say a specific play. I'm just.
I was gonna say because the Niners played more. They played more off coverage last year than they have in the past. But their new DC, I can't think of his name for the life of me.
Well, it was Wilkes, but I don't think it is.
Last year, yeah, Wilkes plays more off man than
Wilkes
their previous
isn't the DC
staff.
anymore. They did that thing where they pretend Kyle Shanahan has no fault for anything and fired the DC.
I was just talking about last year. Their defense specifically played more off man. Gotcha. Therefore, Ward would not be pressing as much. So I was saying the Addison game, most likely when he was beating Addison, or when he was getting beat by Addison, it was off man, not press man.
Excuses. No.
Because he would put that skinny little Addison fella in the ground. In press man.
As the most overrated corner in football, maybe not, but
he's not.
I guess we'll put him at 10. Nobody who's ever actually watched football thinks Deron Bland is a starting caliber corner.
You're right, but have you seen the internet? Most of them haven't actually.
Have you seen football. Twitter? We don't take Twitter seriously.
Okay, so we're putting Charvarius Ward at 10.
Unfortunately.
Which I still think he should be higher, but I'll take 10.
Who you putting him over?
I would say, just based off of him, I would say the highest I'd put him right now would be like 9 or 8. I could see him over Terrell right now, just because Terrell hasn't. Again, I just think Terrell's kind of been chasing the ghost of 2021 and hasn't quite hit it yet. That's my only thing with Terrell. I would say he's 9 if we're going to go with Ward at 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like him or Snead at 9.
That's what I was trying to do. I wanted to argue it, but Snead had a way better year last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not doing like peak for peak here, obviously. So, because peak for peak, I'd be arguing AJ Terrell way higher.
Absolutely. Yeah. 2021 was magical.
Yeah. So yeah, Terrell 9, Snead 8.
I would say this is where we put that fella down in Miami at 7.
You're putting him below Jair.
Look, as much as I want to sit here and shit on Jair Alexander and say Equinemius St. Brown's son.
No, go ahead, Miller.
He's kind of nice.
Okay. No, okay, so we do have to bring up, though.
Uh-huh.
How many games did Jalen play?
How many games did Jair play last
7.
year? Jair got hurt.
He only played 7 last year?
Jair got hurt last year.
I knew he got hurt. I thought it was more than that.
And Jalen missed the beginning of the season and finished with 10. Ergo, Jalen better.
I mean, if we want to call it, I think they're close. So if we want to call that the tiebreaker, sure. Yeah. Plus, we can argue that Jalen has the precedent.
And Jalen did something last year.
And I will
Jair
say,
has no stats from last year at all. He has 5 pass breakups. That is his stats from last year.
I would like to say as well, I think Ramsey is something we need to bring up. His stretch towards the end last year when they were playing him as like a pure boundary corner, he was looking like prime Ramsey.
He's
like
still
he was
good.
Yeah.
So, now that I'm thinking about it, because thinking about the games they played versus the games they missed reminded me of that. I almost think Ramsey should be higher than 6.
Yeah, maybe. The issue is injury.
Right. But he ended the season healthy.
True.
The injury was at the start of the season. We already saw how he bounced back from it. It was Johnson, Gardner, Surtain, Ward, and McDuffie.
So the arguments are Ward and McDuffie.
And I would say he has an argument over both of them.
Possibly. I would argue a little harder for Ward, but that's just because
See, I would argue harder for McDuffie.
I'm going with the, not only were they good last year, but precedent. Ward's been one of the better corners in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah,
we know what Ward is. McDuffie didn't play a ton as a rookie and had a...
Didn't he?
No. If I might be wrong, but I swear he didn't.
I'm going to double check just because I thought he did, but you might be right. He started and played in 11 games as a rookie, so not a full season.
Because I'm trying to remember who the other corner in Kansas City was his rookie year. I mean, Snead, obviously. The other corner? Yeah, dildo.
Well, we said it at the same time. I got
Discord
it.
delay is annoying. I swear they had a guy who got hurt, and that's what made McDuffie.
It was Skibbity Toilet.
For sure. But like...
No, it was Jalen Watson.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking of. Maybe I'm a year off. Not important. Because I swear...
Wait. No, that's now. That's it now. Why are you showing me now? I wanted 2022.
Yeah.
Scoobity bop.
Okay, Chiefs 2022 roster.
Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson were their other two corners.
Yeah, I swear. Whose name am I thinking of then? Because it's not them.
Was it a different secondary player? Was it perhaps Juan Thornhill?
No,
Rashad Fenton.
None of that's important right now. Not what I was thinking. But like, McDuffie's great. Obviously, we had him in the lock portion, but I could see going McDuffie. So Jair 7, McDuffie 6.
I'm okay with that.
Ward at 5, Ramsey at 4.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there's an argument at all in the top 3.
I think there is.
Bro wants to try to argue here for Jalen Johnson, but
I think Jalen Johnson's better than Pat Surtain.
I think there's an argument to be had, and I want to make the argument for the sake of making the argument.
If your argument includes the name Robbie Chosen Anderson, I'm kicking you so fucking hard.
If it helps, I don't know specifically what you're referring to.
The one play against Miami in the 70-point loss in the fourth quarter when Surtain was still on the field for some reason, and Robbie ran by him and he just kind of stared at him like, bro, it's not that deep.
Makes you think.
No, it doesn't. Down by 70, Jalen would have been crying on the sideline instead.
Okay, now what I want to say is Jalen, first of all, Jalen wouldn't have been crying. He is tough.
Bro doesn't care when they lose. I see how it is. He wouldn't cry during a loss. Incredible. Wow. Bro doesn't care.
Weak.
Look how I turned that against you.
Name one corner that ever played for the Vikings ever better than Jalen Johnson.
Antoine Winfield.
He's a safety for the Buccaneers, doofus.
His dad, doofus.
Yeah. All right.
I don't remember that guy.
Antoine Winfield Jr. doesn't have a dad.
Well, that 2 years of Xavier Rhodes.
He's Batman. He's literally Batman.
His name is literally Antoine Winfield Jr. Dog.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Senior. He's gone.
He was a Hall of Fame caliber player. Also, Xavier Rhodes for 3 years. And Jalen Johnson's only been great for a year, so we'll see how him and Xavier stack up. I disagree with that
sentiment.
I said great.
I disagree with that sentiment.
He has not been a top 5 corner for 2 years. No.
Okay.
You're on drugs.
Okay. Top 5, no. Top 10, absolutely.
Dude, do you remember the names we were arguing for top 10 a little bit ago? That's not saying that much.
Okay, still. No, I would assert
I'm talking you said peak for peak here, and Xavier Rhodes peak. Jalen's just hit his, so we don't know.
Yeah,
peak Xavier Rhodes still better.
Okay, ignoring Xavier's stupid nickname, I thought you'd get more angry at that.
No, it was really dumb for a while. I loved Rhodes closed as a nickname, but then it's like, these roads are wide ass open suddenly. God damn.
They got rid of the toll booth, I fear.
I fear.
But no, what I was trying to say was I would assert that Jalen has not only been one of the most underrated corners in the league for a couple years now, but when you take a look at what he's done, not only in a weak secondary up until now, but also what the role he had to fill in Kyle Fuller's absence mixed with what he was doing against some of the top receivers in football. Like, you go back and you watch him and Devontae Adams when Tay was in Green Bay. They went band for band every game. There's not a lot of corners in the league who 2 years ago was going band for band with Devontae Adams.
Just genuine question. Have we ever seen Jalen and Justin ever go at it?
I don't know.
I think one of them has been hurt every time.
I think they just have a mutual agreement that they're not allowed to play each other.
Maybe.
Maybe we have. I don't know offhand.
I don't know about the second game last year, but I don't think so. First game last year, no. Last game the year before, no. Because Jalen,
I'm trying to think.
Most of the Bears missed that one. It was really weird. Because the Vikings didn't need to play it, so they only played the first half. The Bears sent all backups. They're like, yeah.
The only game I think Jalen might have been in, and this is going to hurt me this is going to hurt my argument to bring up, but I have a reasoning for it. Remember that game where Kirk started out like 18 for 18?
Mm-hmm.
That was that was early in Eberflus's tenure, and that was still when he was trying to do the off-zone cover 2 bullshit, and also. It wasn't best player on best player. It was you get this side, you get that side bullshit. So they would just throw it to the other side and line up Jefferson on the other side and have him go up against fucking Jalen Jones or whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I think they might have played each other in that game, but since Jalen's become
right,
they're fully committed to he's on the best receiver on the other team.
Right.
We know what our defense is now. We have corners that are built to play man, which took the Bears way too long to fucking figure out. I could have told you that before the season last year.
Right.
When you drafted fucking Tyreek Stevenson. Now that they figured that out, it's different. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to argue for the sake of arguing, just because I feel like there wasn't enough arguing with the corners. I do think realistically Surtain is better. But I think it's a lot closer than people would want to concede.
PS2 as number 2 still.
Sure.
That just fits.
By that logic, Jalen Johnson number 1.
Well, no, because Sauce also wears 1, and I think there's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, whatever.
I think 2 and 3 have a huge argument, but I think there's kind of a distinguishable gap between
counterpoint,
1 and 2.
Rodgers tax.
Counterpoint, other side of ball.
Still plays with him. Still infected.
Sauce just picks off Rodgers every day at practice. That's the difference.
Yeah, he touches the ball that Rodgers touched, therefore he's infected.
Miller, counterpoint for you.
Jalen Johnson's done that in a game, probably. So, and if not, that just means Jalen loses to Rodgers, which loses.
Hey,
but it didn't happen until after Rodgers. Actually, that was before Rodgers went off the deep end. Therefore, didn't have the infection.
No,
yet.
He was off the deep end. That was COVID toe. What's up, Jake? Anti-Jake, sorry. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
That's Jake.
No.
Yeah, where's the hat and glasses? That's not anti-Jake. Oh, okay, it's anti-Jake. Never mind, my bad.
Another counterpoint for you.
Uh-huh.
For all this Rodgers talk. Okay, counterpoint for you. Fuck you, dude.
Valid.
Yeah, counterpoint for you. You a whole ass bitch.
Damn.
Curse again, buddy. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Twice is enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
that felt so forced.
All of it did. It's fine. So we've got
You heard it here first. These two forced me to go against my religious beliefs and swear.
Is real talk? Is that actually against your religious beliefs? Are you not allowed to swear? I'm not being a smartass. I'm genuinely asking because I've never heard of that being a thing before.
Most would call it a gray area in the sense that, like, the ones that are super off limits are using the Lord's name in vain, and then you kind of get to like words that don't do that.
Well, you said fuck.
It's true.
Yeah,
that's not using anybody's name in vain, so that would be cool, right?
It's a gray area.
Yeah, we're still kind of told to watch our mouths, but it's not like punishable by death if you say one. So
it's not a sin. It's not
so
don't collect, go straight to jail. It's maybe you shouldn't do that, bucko. Right?
So,
yeah. More like that, yeah.
Gotcha.
So Miller, our final is what?
I mean, I would say Gardner, Surtain, Johnson, top 3 in that order.
And then Jalen, Denzel Ward, Trent McDuffie. I forgot the last 3.
Jair Alexander, L'Jarius Sneed, AJ Terrell, and Charvarius Ward.
There you go. Run the North top 10. None of us feel happy about it.
I feel pretty good about it. And the only thing I'd say is Charvarius Ward a little bit higher, but
I couldn't stand for that.
well, you're sitting.
Yeah.
So
now that we're done with the corners, I gotta ask a question quick. You guys like my glasses?
Sure.
Okay. These are my baseball glasses.
Yeah.
This is what I wear to play baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, might as well. So I as to be as anti-Jake as possible, I've been studying him, and I realized that he does this whole little hockey segment. And while it would make sense to do that because we are in the NHL finals right now, I've decided that I'm going to talk to you guys about baseball.
Dubs.
We're going to play a game. Miller and Geek, based on number of wins, without looking it up, who is the best team in the in the Major League Baseball? In Major League Baseball, who's the best team in baseball based on wins alone?
I think it's the Phillies, right?
Okay. Miller, would you care to venture a guess?
Who does Shohei play for? Dodgers?
Dodgers is who he plays for. Is that your guess?
No, because you laughed.
Yeah, because how do you not know where Shohei
Okay, hold
plays?
on. Okay, well, I knew it was LA. I couldn't remember what the LA team was called. So hold on, let me do some process of elimination.
Two.
I know what's
So
there's two of them. So yeah.
See, that's confusion proven.
He's played for only an LA team.
Yeah, he's never left LA.
Confusion proven.
Yeah, but one's red and one's blue.
You think I know that?
More different. They couldn't be more different. Which one's red?
All I know from not the Dodgers.
There you go.
Good.
What are they? The Angels?
Yeah.
Angels. Yep.
Okay, I thought so. But I thought that was too on the nose because Los Angeles, City of Angels.
That's why it's on the nose.
Yeah. So process of elimination. I know it's not the Cubs or the White Sox because all the Bears fans on my timeline have been trying to kill themselves.
Valid.
So I know it's not them. I don't think it's the Pirates because I have a buddy who's a Pirates fan and he cries all the time about baseball. Although they do have Livy Dunn's boyfriend.
Yep, he's very good.
I've heard good things.
He's
very
not that good in my MLB The Show career thing. He's like a 99 overall. Hasn't had an ERA lower than 5 ever. I don't know how he's rated so highly.
What does that mean?
Earned run average. It's
how many runs you allow per 9 innings, so a complete game.
5 is
average.
Bad.
Yes.
Yeah, so you want to be 3 or lower to be like a
3.5 or lower is what it is now.
So runs, does that mean home runs or like guys running to base?
Just
runs,
just like
scores.
So guys who got on base because of you, that score.
Yeah.
So if you walk a dude and he ends up scoring, he's an earned run. If a guy gets a hit off of you and he ends up scoring, it's an earned run. So like if
unless they score on an error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if like a pitcher walks the bases loaded and then gets pulled, somebody hits a grand slam, the runs still go to the pitcher who got pulled.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So Miller, who's your guess before I reveal the answer?
What's the team that cheated?
Astros.
Yeah, Astros.
I'm gonna go with the Texas Rangers. That's a hockey team, isn't it?
No, they're a baseball team. They won the World Series last year. So
okay, then yeah, them.
And the answer is, of course,
oh, really?
the New York Yankees.
Did they just like recently hit a hot streak?
One?
They're
not
one
the
game
obvious
ahead
one.
of they're one win ahead of the Phillies for the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Where are the Rangers?
The Rangers
Oof.
have less wins than the Blue Jays.
The Rangers
That
are
means
second in their
nothing to me.
division, though.
Well, the Blue Jays are bad, like really bad.
Yeah. So is
Rangers
the
are second in their
entire
division
AL
because-
West, though, so it's okay.
The AL West sucks this year.
Which
the
is so
Astros are
cool.
below 500, so
I'm so happy. I am cool if they never win
stink
a
this
game.
year. Speaking of stinking, Geek, I'm sure you know this. Miller, you might even know this. 5 wins. Who's the worst team in baseball?
Minnesota.
God, no.
Oh,
They're
the
good
Cubs.
this year.
No, you close.
Same
The
city,
White
pal.
Sox?
Yeah.
The White Sox have 17 wins this year.
Dude,
I don't.
it's wild.
have
The
any
White
reference to
Sox.
49 losses.
The White Sox
Damn.
have a real team.
40.
Let's
and
go, Cubs.
suck.
Geek, better Chicago team. Always thought that. Always said that.
Cubs, I will
White
tell you
Sox
exactly
better-
how many
better
more
uniforms.
wins the Cubs have.
Cubs
Yeah,
are
but
32 and
15 more
34.
wins than the White Sox. Yeah.
Clearly, the Cubs are better by
Yeah.
15 wins.
Dude, I don't know what's wrong with the White Sox, like at all. They have like a real team with real players and just suck. Like the
Clearly
Rockies suck because their team sucks. I don't know what's wrong with the White Sox.
not. Minnesota's
Lot.
the Twins, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I knew that one.
But that's baseball for you guys.
But as always, the American League Central is going to have 5 teams that finish better than any team in the American League West, and only one of them is going to make the playoffs, and it's really dumb.
Yep.
That's not true because the White Sox are in the Central, but
I'm here to say it. I'm here to say it. This is what Jake would want me to say. The Blue Jays are dead. It's over. Say goodbye. Playoffs. Fire Ross Atkins. Fire John Schneider. Everybody's gone. Clean house. Get rid of everybody except for Vladdy and Davis Schneider.
That's
Start
dumb.
over.
Trading away an all-star caliber shortstop because Cry is dumb. He's 25.
But he's valuable and playing.
Yeah, and you
bad.
hope that one of the prospects you
Let's
get will
get
be as
rid
good
of
as
him.
the worst year of Bo Bichette. None of them will be. That's how
Boba
these
Fett?
I'm not saying
Bichette.
that we should
You-
trade him. I'm saying that they're going to.
That's really
He is
dumb.
going to be gone by the deadline. Ross
He's
Atkins
probably
is a
the
moron.
smarter guy to keep
He
on
is
your
going
team
to be
than
gone.
Vladdy.
Vladdy's
He might be better,
Vladdy
but he also
Vladdy at
has
his
the least likelihood
Vladdy
of
at his
playing 10
peak.
more years.
Vladdy at his peak is a top 10 hitter in baseball. Maybe even top 5. Maybe even the best hitter in baseball.
No.
He's so good, dude.
Yes,
I
I'm not
wish
disagreeing with how good
He
he
is by far a top 7
Yes,
hitter in baseball.
I agree. He just is not tops. That was
Speaking
my
of
argument.
tops, Geek, you're the only one who even have a shot at this.
Ooh.
Last baseball question:
Yeah.
Who leads the MLB in batting average this year?
In batting average, it's Luis Ariz, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I knew for a fact you would probably know that.
I would have.
all the
I was
baseball
gonna guess
talk
that.
about
No,
that.
you
Because he's on track to finish like the
Yes.
highest career
Yeah,
base
dude.
batting average ever. This dude is
Twins
insane.
legends. Twins legend.
Why does
There's two of him?
why does he keep getting traded around? I don't understand.
Because nobody
He just
values
gets
the guy
hits,
who's
dude.
good at getting on base. But
Just gets
it's
hits.
baseball. Getting hits doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's got like.
Isn't that
17 career home
the whole
runs.
fucking point?
Not anymore. MLB teams value the 3 true outcomes now. So walks, strikeouts, and home runs. The things where infielders have no impact. So
what
they
are hits
value
just
pitcher
like middies now?
pretty much.
Here's the thing, like all Luis Ariz
What
does
have
is
they
hit
done to that
singles.
beautiful sport?
He just hits singles.
That's why
it.
people hate him because he has the highest batting average in baseball, but all he does is just hit bloopers to left field.
Yeah.
Like that's literally it.
Yeah. So last year,
Marlins team is crazy. He was almost a 400
okay,
for most
so-
of the year.
God, 2024 is weird. So here's the thing. This year he's getting a hit every like 3.3 out of 10 at bats, right? He has a total of 15 extra base hits out of his 91. That's really bad. Like, he doesn't go past first base ever. And now,
Yeah,
because
he
the
never
league is
does.
weird, getting steals doesn't matter, and he doesn't do that anyways. But because why would you steal second? Because when the guy behind you hits a home run anyways, all you did was risking out. Baseball has become maybe too analytical.
Yeah, I would say it's
Um,
definitely the case.
Look at what
that's
Jonah
why,
Hill did to this beautiful sport.
and that's why Ellie De La Cruz is the GOAT, because he just doesn't give a fuck. And that's my
Hey
favorite.
Miller, just to give you a softball baseball question, so you can like an easy baseball question, just
I was gonna say, don't start asking me about softball. I don't know.
so you can feel smart. So in that movie, what team does Jonah Hill work for?
Oh, come on.
What team do Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt work for in that movie?
It's a northern team, right? Like they're located up north in the
Oh,
U.S.
he's already completely off. That's
Oh,
so
no.
sad. He doesn't even know the team name, so I'm gonna tell you it's in Southern California.
Yeah.
Northern California. Northern California.
No, they are northern. So
There's
far
northern in
Us.
California.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro's looking up Northern
A team that-
California.
Okay, and Miller, let me tell you this. Don't look.
I'm
tell you
not.
this. Their MLB team is very soon going to be moving to the same city their NFL team just did a couple years ago.
Oh, fuck!
He still
It's
doesn't
the team
got it.
name after a D&D stat.
That's
Oh,
right?
well,
Geek?
not a stat.
Is that
but
correct?
Kinda, yeah.
Whatever the fuck it's called.
In
A skill?
yeah, a
ability,
skill.
whatever.
Yeah, a skill.
The the Oakland Perception. No, it's the
Yes.
Athletics, right?
It's the
It's the
Athletics.
Athletics.
The Athletics? Yeah.
Are we gonna?
I hope they sell the team just so we
can.
can get the whole world on the Rockies need to sell the team trade.
Why did I think... Okay, it's a good thing I didn't speak my mind initially, because I was going to say the fucking Red Sox.
Oh God.
Actually,
That's what I
at
was
the end of the
saying.
movie,
Yeah.
there is that scene where Billy Bean gets offered like a crap ton of money from the Red Sox.
Deep cut
should've
reference,
taken
I'm
it.
God.
And he didn't take it, and same with the
He's-
Athletics, and did nothing.
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, and then his owner decided that, well, you made a good team this way once, so we're only gonna do that. You're never allowed to pay anybody. And when rookies
Now they
ask
haven't
for
been to the playoffs
arbitration, we
since
trade them.
2017.
Yeah, it's Oakland. Their owner doesn't deserve nice things. It's
No.
it's
And now they're
sad with how
selling them
bad
off
the
to Vegas
Rockies
again.
owner is. It's bad that I have to like argue that
Well,
somebody
they
else
play
is worse.
in Sacramento for 2 years.
Oh,
They were playing in a minor league baseball stadium in Sacramento for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just so they can move to Vegas.
They sent their there's a dog. He's sad.
Why is he sad?
Because everybody
What'd
else
you do to him?
left earlier. He has separation anxiety. He doesn't like when people leave.
Mhm.
So
He's so alone, dude.
yeah, he's so
You're doing
alone.
a podcast.
So alone. Poor baby. Yeah.
Ask him who the top safety is.
Who's
Yeah,
the
ask
best
him who the
safety
best
in
safety is.
football? Oh,
That was a Kyle Hamilton.
you gonna
That
come
was a Kyle
say?
Hamilton.
No, you got nothing. You got
Screams
nothing.
Kyle Hamilton.
He's
Hi.
letting you know. He is getting up in your face to let you know. He's very passionate about
Like,
this.
please.
It's Derwin James,
are,
isn't
we,
it?
are we doing?
It's not Derwin.
Are we doing Miller segment now?
Sure, Miller, do your segment,
He's ready.
dude.
Which is called what? I don't watch this show much. What do you call
What's in the quick ball?
it? Oh, right. From a standalone movie, so not a movie franchise, from a standalone movie.
Is
Does
he
it
in a
appear in a
standalone
standalone
movie?
So to
No, he's not in a
It's a
standalone
he.
movie.
We've
no.
gotten 50%.
Is he in a movie franchise?
I don't think he's. He hasn't appeared in any like.
Is he even in a movie?
Is he appear
He's in
movie?
movies, yeah, but they're not. Like
this a character
released
or
in
an
theater
actor?
movies. Character.
Superhero?
Yes.
Ugh.
Homelander.
No.
Nightwing.
Yes.
Ha.
Dang.
Uh,
That was gonna be a second guess. Miller loves
Uh,
Nightwing. So do I.
Oh.
Custom Lego Gotham Knights Nightwing.
Nice. Red Hood
What
meta
movie
though.
has he been in?
What is it?
What movie has he been in?
He's in like a bunch of animated DC movies. That's why I was
Oh,
trying to be
yeah,
like
yeah.
not theater movies, but still movies. Because I don't think in the old Batman and Robin movies, Robin ever goes Nightwing. I think he just
No.
stays as Robin.
Well, we do get whoever
I haven't
the
seen those
fuck it
movies
was
in
supposed
forever.
to be at the end of the Christopher Nolan Batmans.
Where his name is just Robin.
Yeah. And he's becoming his own hero at the end of that. So, like, that is either Red Robin, Red Hood, or Nightwing, and they never really tell us. It makes more sense for it to be Nightwing, but
Yeah.
it also kind of makes sense for it to be Red Robin. So
Now, I do wonder, just not to go too far
also
off
Red
topic.
Robin, yum. It was tickling the brain. I had to get it out.
Geek, if Damian Wayne ever becomes his own hero, what do you think he'd go by?
Something. He might have already.
I think in the latest run he dies.
Good.
Like whatever's
I
currently
hate
happening with
Damian.
Batman. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw something on TikTok about like him being dead in the current.
He gets a new suit, but I don't care about that.
Mm.
Oh, he apparently gave the perfect code name for his future self, according to Screen Rant.
Mm.
I don't hate that.
What is it?
So he apparently was drawing his own manga, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, no, he's
And one
like
of them,
canonically pretty into anime.
oh,
and
for
shit.
sure. So
Yeah.
Damian Vane in the thing he's drawing is just named the Prince of Crows, which is interesting.
That's
And
right up your alley. Don't lie.
no, I don't see. They're saying it's perfect for Damian Wayne, and I don't really know why. I'm not saying it's not a cool name, but all right, you guys start talking about top 10 safeties. I gotta go figure out what the fuck's wrong with this dog. So I'll be right back. He's barking
Okay.
at something. I don't know.
All right, Geek's gonna not come back now.
Yeah, dude.
All right, so anti-Jake, how are we feeling? What are we thinking are like the lock top safeties?
The locks for me are McKinney, Winfield, Hamilton. The lock top 10 or top 5?
5.
Oh. Hamilton, McKinney.
Flip the brakes there, big fella.
What?
McKinney top 5. I can't tell if this is a bit.
Hamilton, McKinney.
It's a bit. Okay.
I would say probably put McKinney up there. If I had to go with somebody else, I think it'd be McKinney.
Okay, so it's a full-blown bit. Okay.
So no, okay. So Hamilton, Winfield.
Uh-huh.
I would say peak Derwin if we're going peak for peak. But
We're not going
I don't
peak
think
for
we
peak.
are we?
No. I'd like to
Justin
point out,
Simmons.
I said, who are your top 5? And he goes, McKinney, McKinney, Hamilton, Winfield. And I said, hold on. Is it,
Okay,
hold
so-
on. Are you doing a bit? And then he goes, McKinney, Hamilton, McKinney. And then if I had to pick a fifth, I'd probably go with McKinney. And then he proceeds to go peak for peak, probably Derwin. And that's where we're at. So we have done nothing since you've
Okay,
gone.
so here we go. In no particular order, just the 5 that I think are locks for top 5. Holland, Hamilton, Winfield, Bates, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think you went for 5 for 5. I think the only thing I'd say is I think Justin Simmons is up there.
Definitely 6.
I feel like
yeah,
am not familiar enough with Javon Holland's game.
You need
Javon
to
Holland
learn.
is awesome, dude.
Holland
dude
is
so sick.
Sick. But okay. If you guys are so sure, then sure.
I would say those 5 plus Simmons are like
I think
the 6.
Simmons, and then I don't know, man. I don't know if we can move Derwin that far away yet.
I think he's still top 10.
Right.
He's like 7 or 8.
Sure.
So we got a bunch of names now.
We need a place for Bayard too.
See, Bayard's interesting.
I'll
He
put Bayard
definitely
at
deserves in the
10.
conversation.
I'm gonna
but-
fight for Buda Baker still, but y'all might need him.
No, Buddha.
No,
Buddha,
yeah.
I'm down to fight.
I love
for
Buda. I think Buda's definitely top
No,
10.
I just mean we've got a lot of names because you've got, Talanoa Hufanga, Cameron Curl, Harrison Smith,
Hufanga.
Cam Bynum,
Curl's
Xavier
so good.
McKinney,
Oh, Lord.
Geno Stone, Grant Delpit.
Poyer.
Okay, hold on.
Poyer and
Real
Hyde
quick,
are
we
both
can just-
old and very injured, so no.
We can take Geno Stone right the fuck out.
I'm just throwing
Yeah.
names, dog.
I know. I'm just trying to eliminate
Let the
names. You're
That's fair.
throwing them
No,
on
that-
to
He
eliminate.
led the league in interceptions for 5 weeks, and that was it.
Fair.
Yeah, no, he is pick merchant. He's not.
Yes,
He's the bland of safeties.
the blend of safeties. Exactly.
So I think, can we agree real quick just to say Hamilton and Winfield are 1 and 2 in whatever order?
Sure. We'll fight about that later, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe we won't. I don't know.
Okay, so then after that, it's some order of Holland, Fitzpatrick, and Bates.
I think
And
Holland.
then you've got
I think it
Simmons
goes
and
Fitzpatrick,
Derwin.
Bates,
So we need
Holland.
3 guys.
Also, speaking of Fitzpatrick, I'm just crazy for not knowing this. How old do you think Minka Fitzpatrick
He's like
is?
26.
Okay.
I thought he was
I
a little bit
just- I
older than that.
He's 26. I didn't know how old he was.
Yeah, because
I really
it
thought he was a
freaks
lot
people
older than
out because
26.
of how long he's been in the league.
Yeah, something we got to remember, Minka played 10 games last year,
Yeah, he
Mm,
was hurt.
just for reference. Still made the
Fair.
Pro Bowl, though.
Yeah. So did Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
So
Well, like I
Jalen
said,
has made the
Ramsey
Pro Bowl
closed
for
out
like
the
10
year.
years in a row, which I think is insane.
Yeah. So,
So,
you said we need 3?
right?
Yeah.
Are you not writing down Derwin James still because you're being a hater?
I've got
Okay.
You said I was hating on Derwin.
I don't know.
Derwin.
I'm just being me.
So,
Okay.
I've got 6 here that I would all say are deserving
Who
of
are
the
your
conversation.
6?
My 6 are Byard, in no order. Kevin Byard, Talanoa Hufanga, Buda Baker, Kyle Duggar,
Ooh.
Grant Delpit, and Xavier McKinney.
So
I would say out of them, McKinney's the first out, personally.
yeah, first out of the top
Yes.
10.
No, like first out of the 6 I just
Oh,
named,
like
he would be the
first
first
in
name
the
I'd
order.
eliminate. No, I'm saying I would eliminate him first out
So
of
you
those
don't
6.
think he belongs in the top 10?
I would say, I think there's an argument to be made, but me personally, he would be the first out of the group I just named I'd take out.
I feel like I have to keep bringing it up because he's been the most underrated safety in football for 15 years, and he still is. So, Harrison Smith.
Well, okay. So how do y'all feel collectively about Cam Curl then? So I really
I
like
like
Cam Curl.
Cam Curl. And I
I
think
like Cam Curl, just a little rich for me, this high.
I would
You
say the
don't
same
think he
about
even belongs in
Duggar,
the top
but
10 conversation.
Duggar,
Duggar's good.
I'm not saying
Duggar's
he's not.
really versatile. That's the big thing with him.
But,
Like,
ooh, also, a name that I do have to bring up, it's not a true safety, but we're talking DBs today, and I forgot to bring him up a minute ago. Where the fuck would you even, like, start to talk about Josh Metellus?
not in the top 10 for any position.
Yeah, nowhere near it.
I mean, yikes. Y'all are acting like he's awful when
No,
like he's
no, I
one
don't
of the
think he's
best
awful.
defensive players in the league. He just is
I don't-
weird.
I
'Cause-
don't think he's awful, but he's not a top 10 linebacker. He's not a top 10 corner. He's not a top 10 safety.
but he also lines up in the nickel. And why
He's
does
not
he have?
a
Why does he
nickel.
have 3 snaps as a nose tackle? Like, what the fuck is what
Maybe
is
we
guy
could- Maybe
on?
we could have that conversation.
I'm so down. What did he do?
No.
Imagine he has 3 snaps as a nose tackle and fucking 3 tackles for loss. Like, he just eats centers,
100% hit
dude.
rate. 100% hit rate. No,
No, I just
So-
feel like his name just, I don't know. I don't know where to bring him up, and he's listed as
sure,
a
he
safety
can- he
most
can be
places,
brought
so
up.
I'm yeeting his name.
he can be brought up. I just don't think he's top 10 at any one position. He's like
Fair.
a jack of all trades, master of none
Yeah.
type of guy for me.
And that's just
Which
why
is-
I wanted to bring
which
him
is
up.
fair.
Because he's like the
And, like-
only one of those guys who's ever worked out.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
true jack of all trades, master of none. Harrison Smith, Brian Branch, Kyle
Those
Hamilton
guys
have
just
always
play
been,
multiple positions.
but they've always been a master at something anyways.
Yeah.
Medalist is the true, he does whatever the hell you ask of him, and he's going to do it above average. Not great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw two more names at y'all.
Yeah.
Not for maybe not top 10 consideration, but guys who I think are underrated.
Yeah.
Trayvon Moehrig.
Fair.
I like that.
Vegas, and Marcus Williams in Baltimore.
I don't
Those
hate
are two
that.
guys that I really think are underrated.
Again, I wouldn't say are top 10, but their names.
Trayvon
they're
Moehrig, I
respectable
think,
players.
has top 10 upside.
Just
Upside, absolutely.
Just like me
absolutely.
yeeting Cam Bynum's name, it wasn't a real consideration. It was just more of he needs to exist here.
Yeah, no, Moehrig is potential, absolutely.
Moehrig
right
sick.
now, no.
Williams has always been like he's been weird always. Because he's so good, except for every game he has at least 2 I'm a bozo plays. I don't remember how football works.
Yeah.
He's never
Was
grown
Marcus
out
Williams,
of that.
the dude who tripped the other Saint on the
He was Minneapolis Miracle, yeah.
Yeah. It started there and it never really got better.
Yeah.
Because he was incredible that game. He had a pick on the same route earlier in the game. We did the same play. It's always funny to look back on because it's like he knew what was coming and still fumbled the bag. Makes it funny. But he's really good for sure.
Yeah. It's just I don't think the consistency is there to be like he's
probably not.
And that's the only reason I'm pushing Harrison to be at the 10 spot. I'm not pushing any harder.
Yeah, but the problem is with Harrison, it's like you already brought up off camera. He doesn't have the ability to play deep. And nowadays, in today's NFL, you got to be able to do stuff at all 3 levels to be a good safety. Like, there's so much versatility asked to that position. And while Harrison absolutely has his merits, I'm not saying he's washed. I'm not saying he's
to talk about Hufanga then.
I think Hufanga is
a
better
speed lacking thing, which is what it is for Harrison. Harrison can still be in the right spot. He's just going to get burnt if it's Tyreek Hill. Hufanga isn't always in the right spot, and he's not fast.
He's faster than Harrison. I think you're underrating his ability to be in the right place at the right time a little bit.
Maybe,
because Hufanga is one of the smarter safeties in the league.
Played 5 games last year.
If we want to go the injury route with him, sure.
Which is always
if you want to call
we've
that.
We've been bringing that up both 3 positions prior, so that's...
if you want to call injury, sure. But I think to question his instincts and his ability to be in the right place at the right time is pushing a little bit. But I can concede
more
to the injury
comparing
argument.
that to Harrison Smith. We're comparing
one of the most instinctive players ever.
That was what I was doing. It wasn't that he's not good at it. It's, again, you're looking at one of the most instinctive safeties ever and a really good young guy. Like there's, and I'm not saying Harrison needs to be here because there's a lot of other names. I'm gonna fight for him to be at the 10 spot until we decide he's not.
So if we want to take out Hufanga based off of the injury thing, which is fair,
that one I
think if we're going band for band talent only, he's top 10
for sure.
But injury does matter, especially for somebody that, like Geek said, already isn't the most athletic guy in the world in terms of his like long speed. That makes a difference because it was a leg injury, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and for everyone out there, yes, Minka did get hurt, but you also do get some benefit of the doubt when you're also. It's like saying, like we did last week, Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill missed games last year. Doesn't matter. Like, there are certain guys where you're not a fringe guy, so that doesn't matter. It might move you from 1 to 5 or whatever, but it's not moving you out of the top 10.
I was going to say, that's kind of what's about to happen with Minka. He's going from 3rd to like 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference here.
Yep.
Also, Hufanga double-checked it was an ACL tear, so I get it. So that leaves with my board, Byer, Duggar, Delpit, Baker, McKinney. McKinney's the next guy I'd take off, just because if we're going with the talking about long speed and the athleticism, McKinney's another guy who isn't the most athletic in the world, and yet he makes up for it with his instincts, but there's going to be plays where he gets burnt, and there's going to be plays where he can't quite recover. And there's inconsistencies with like his tackling from time to time. So I just think, especially compared to the other four, like Delpit has really come on, and I'm also not gonna lie, I've been pushing the Delpit agenda for a couple years. Duggar is just good all around, does everything asked of him. Baker, same thing. Kevin Byard, one of the most underrated safeties in the league, was a top 3 safety for 7 years. He's another guy that almost, I don't want to say gets grandfathered in because he's still playing at a high level.
Byard and Harrison Smith have always been the guys nobody ever mentions because they play on teams that don't get talked about. It's not even bad teams. Even when they're the best team in the league, nobody talks about the Vikings or the Bills.
I will admit I did not know that Xavier McKinney ran a 4.640.
Yeah, Xavier McKinney's slow.
Not aware of his 4.640 time.
I want to say though, I do respect Xavier McKinney a lot because I love an instinctive safety, and that's what he brings to the table. But yeah, he's limited. He is certainly limited. Still very good though. It bothers me that Green Bay has him, if that's any consolation, Jake. Anti-Jake, whatever the fuck your name is.
Glasses are gone.
No.
I think it's just Jake again.
I'm slowly turning into my former self, yeah.
Oh, no.
Juke Talk Sports.
No, it's Jacob Discusses Athletics.
Nah, this is a third form.
Okay.
So
Geno Stone...
I can't get behind it.
Wrong name. I meant Grant Bell.
Okay.
I just the brain.
Okay.
They both started with G's, and that's where we went. Because I'm cool with Buddha. I like Byard.
I'm cool with Buddha. Yeah, Byard's good.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other names you said now.
The other name I have left is Duggar.
So can we just have a Duggar Harry the Hitman conversation?
Duggar does everything Harrison does at this point, and he can still play deep pretty consistently.
I think saying he can do everything Harrison does as if he can do it at the same level is kind of insane.
In the year of our Lord 2024, yeah.
That's still kind of insane. Because if we're going to do that, dude, we all talked about how Byard had no impact on his team last year, and yet we're grandfathering him in because of so many years of consistency. Harrison Smith has consistently for 10 plus years been a top 5 safety. So
Byard had no impact on his team last year because he was the only player in their secondary worth a damn. And when you're the only player in your secondary Slay had a down year, Bradbury was doing nothing, and the rest of their DBs were awful. Byard was the only guy in that secondary worth a damn for the back half of the year. And when you're the only guy in your secondary doing anything, you're going to look worse by proxy. That's how this sport works, especially when you don't have a linebacker core in front of you.
But don't worry, we're not going to use that talk for the guy who Byron Murphy and Mackay missed time at the end of last year, and Caleb turned into the worst corner in football. You had nobody.
Did I say Harrison Smith had an elite supporting cast?
No, but I'm just... If we're talking, let's talk.
Sure.
If you're going to bring it up for one guy, you got to bring it up for both guys.
Sure, and that's fair.
That's what I'm
not going to argue otherwise. I'm just saying the difference is Byard hasn't lost a step athletically yet. Byard's never been a super athlete, dude.
And neither had Harrison. He's just finally lost a step.
Right.
But again,
Byard hasn't either. Or Byard hasn't.
Yet. But we're also
yet.
How much of this is projection? How much of it is last year?
We didn't do any projecting for the other positions.
That's a good point. I don't know. I'm not really just trying to argue Byard. I'm just saying you're giving him the grandfathered in clause. And you literally used those exact words.
I know I said that, but I'm not trying to put Byard in that's not really genuine. I'm just saying he gets that on top of still being really good for the position, despite playing with trash last year. Harrison Smith is also very good at a specific thing, but like I was saying, at this point in the league, or at this point in the NFL as a safety, you got to be able to play all 3 levels. And Harrison's not playing that 3rd level anymore.
He still can. He still can. Not at Harrison Smith level.
Right, and that's my point.
Harrison Smith level is better than most of the safeties on this list. He is a Hall of Fame safety. Like saying, yeah, he took a step back, and I'm not even saying he's all pro at it now, but we're acting like he could not play deep ever, which is the most ridiculous thing you could possibly say. You're equating his ability to play that third level to Eddie Jackson trying to tackle, and it's not that.
Not at all what I'm trying to do. Did I? No. Because if that was the case, I would say Harrison Smith shouldn't be in consideration for anything. If you're a safety listen, if you're a safety that plays the deep third as bad as Eddie Jackson tackles, you should be playing in the UFL.
He's just no longer ever asked to play the deep third because you don't need him to, because Cam Bynum is really good.
And I think if you asked him to, you wouldn't feel great about it.
You'd feel better about it than I'm trying to think of guys who suck in the deep third. I'm going to be more real. I don't watch that much safety play. I watch a lot more corners, but I really don't know if it is. But
hold on, not to change the subject on you, but I gotta see what this says. Just because so you know how when you're signed into multiple Twitter accounts, you'll get notifications from accounts
this is not going to age well for certain accusations. That's all I can say.
It's from the fucking Run the North account.
I know.
Okay.
I get notifications from that shit all of the time.
So you know how it's like you'll get notifications from things that like should be suggested because it's in your vein, but like it's not pages you follow. So on the Run the North account, I got an ML football tweet.
Nice.
It says, Stephon Diggs believed the Vikings purposefully traded him to the Bills to, in some way, quote, screw him, per Sports Illustrated now.
Here, take a top 3 quarterback, Stephon.
Well, so at the time we traded him, Josh Allen wasn't good. It was the Justin Fields, DJ Moore thing where he's got a receiver now. He doesn't have an excuse, and Josh Allen did what Josh Allen did.
Go be the final piece to unlocking what could be an all-time talent.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And he's just like, how dare you, scumbags.
Dude,
how dare you put me on
in hindsight, you gave me good quarterback play for 3 years. What is wrong with you?
We talked about this last week, how Diggs might be the last diva wide receiver left.
Wide receiver.
We talked about it.
I can't think of anybody. Because like
even when you bring up Odell, it's like he just lives his role.
Are we talking about people who are divas or people who run their mouths a lot?
Divas.
Both. I mean, they're kind of
not
hand in hand.
Because Justin Jefferson talks after every play, dog.
Okay. Yeah, chirping. Okay, chirping is different than
Yeah.
So
Debo runs his mouth a lot.
Actually, Debo might be the other diva. I just don't actually think of him. When I think of wide receivers, I don't think of Debo.
Can I submit a sleeper candidate?
Oh, no.
Chase Claypool.
he's a diva.
Yeah. He's just not good.
No, he's not good enough to be a real diva.
Right.
Chase Claypool. Okay.
To be a diva, you got to be a good analogy
without being a dick.
But to be a diva, it feels like you got to be T.O. or Randy Moss or Stephon Diggs, where it's like you are that guy. And
you guys know the trope in like high school movies where the unpopular, like the main character's friend who's kind of unpopular after they get fucked over will like end up hanging out with the popular kids and become a dick to the main character.
Yeah.
That's Chase Claypool.
Yep.
Like they obviously don't fit in, but they're doing it for the clout. That's Chase Claypool. Yep.
Hey, he had that 1 4-touchdown game, remember?
He did. He did. Then
Dude,
he was a top 3 receiver.
I thought Chase Claypool was going to be that guy. And then he started only doing TikTok dances and not liking football, and that became a problem. I thought you were about to say
he started OnlyFans.
I mean, that might make him more money than football at this point.
No, listen, I have this genuine, not to get too off topic, but I have this genuine theory about Chase Claypool. And if it's real, I'll respect him a lot more. I really don't think he cares about football. I think he started playing football to launch his modeling career.
I don't know if it's modeling career, but I just think he wants to be famous. I think that's it.
Well, if you pay, like last offseason, he got a lot of shit from Bears fans. This was so stupid. Where he went to France and was like walking a runway and was doing genuine modeling. Yeah. And he like is into fashion and shit. So I really do think he doesn't give a fuck about football. He's in it for, like you said, to be famous and launch some sort of other career.
I think so.
Like,
That
I think
makes
that's
sense.
his goal. Which, if that comes out to be the case, like 10 years from now, Claypool works for Calvin Klein or some shit,
Yeah,
and like it comes out, he's like, yeah, I was just like, I'd respect him a hell of a lot more.
That's
Because
fair.
fuck yeah, go get your bag, do what you love. But
but also
football's
do
really
what
his
you
thing.
love. But like, it's one of those things. I don't love football. I'm just good at it. So like, I had to keep doing it.
Well, he's not good at it. He's just big and athletic, and people think he might be good at it.
No, I mean, he's shown he's good at it. He just genuinely
Rookie year,
doesn't
Chase
give a.
Claypool was very good at football.
Rookie year, Chase Claypool was special, but
I don't know.
every
I think
other year, Chase Claypool.
was Antonio Brown still there?
I think.
I know it was Juju at the height of Juju not being a person. He was
Chase Claypool
a
go to Notre Dame?
psychopath.
Yeah, he went to Notre Dame. He was teammates with Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mapletron,
but
head
like
ass.
he was because I know Juju was there at the height of Juju being a completely psychotic person. Like,
what do you mean psychotic?
Doing TikTok dances and not caring about football. Chase Claypool stayed as what Juju was.
Was Chase Claypool's rookie year the 11-0 year that the Commanders ended, and then they just
I don't know.
I think that might have been a sophomore year.
All right, you know what? I can just look. I don't know why we keep
was.
yapping.
His first year off of the Steelers was 2019. Antonio Brown.
Chase Claypool. No,
I think Chase Claypool's rookie year was 2019.
No, his rookie year was 2020.
Oh, so Antonio Brown was already a Buccaneer at that point.
They drafted him because they lost AB.
Yeah, so it was.
He was wide receiver 1 that year.
Well, yeah.
It was Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Juju.
Yeah.
So Juju was the one who ruined Claypool. And Juju fought out of it. But
2020 was also the 11-0 year that they got beat by the Commanders, and then
because they finished 1-4, and
I need to find the video. I need to find the video of me talking shit about that.
Yeah.
Because that was when I was still in high school and I was doing my school's announcements, and of course, being in Maryland, bunch of Steelers fans. After that game, I had like a 5-minute monologue shit talking the Steelers. And I brought up like it was fucking John Bostic that ended the game, who the Bears drafted like 70 years ago at this point.
How did Cleveland almost blow that game?
Because they weren't a good football team. They got really lucky at the start.
I don't think so.
They weren't that good. Dude,
you're acting like they were atrocious.
They weren't atrocious, but they didn't really belong hanging with those Steelers. Those
only won that game. Good.
They were okay, and then
had an awful quarterback. That was Big Ben's dead. So
I know
Cleveland was
the only reason Cleveland got a lead in that game is because Pittsburgh fumbled the ball their first 2 possessions.
Well, okay, so
like
fumbled and then
snap,
and then Baker, hit the 40-yard pass to Jarvis. They had a 35-point lead. So I don't.
Maybe I must be misremembering then.
And then James Conner scored, and then it was a 28-point lead. Then it was 28-7, and then Baker Mayfield to the most mid-tight end of all time, Austin Hooper, to make it 35-7.
They just decided to heat up in the second half, I guess.
Yeah.
Or did the Browns defense just forget football?
Perhaps, because who did they? They didn't have anyone like crazy then.
I mean, they had Miles Garrett.
Well, other than Miles Garrett, they had Carl Joseph, and Ronnie Harrison Jr.
And Jordan Elliott. Oh no, wrong Elliott. I don't know who I was thinking of, but not Jordan.
Jordan Elliott's a D-lineman.
Yeah. Oh, that was also the Andrew Sendejo year. Yeah. That's why Pittsburgh almost came back. All I know is Andrew Sendejo had 1 good season in his career, and that's because Harrison Smith is just so good.
Did you guys know Andrew Sendejo has a degree in sports management from the University of Rice?
Did you know Andrew Sendejo played for 9 years in the NFL?
He is also of Mexican descent.
Did You know, he retired
And
as a
he's the
Colt.
safety. Speaking of,
He is a safety. Speaking of safeties,
Oh yes. Back to the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough. So
Delpit or Duggar? This is the question.
Duggar.
No.
Duggar.
Delpit wasn't in the conversation. What changed?
Delpit's always been in the conversation.
No, we were yapping about Duggar and Harrison Smith. That's what
The
happened.
last thing you said was Duggar is a weird one, and then we got off topic because I brought up the Diggs thing.
Yeah,
Because you were about to say something about
really
Delpit.
started with Miller.
But sorry. Okay, so right now we've got Winfield, Bates, Fitzpatrick. Who else do we have? Hamilton,
Holland, Simmons, James, Byard, Baker. That's our 9.
So it's
Okay. One more between Smith, Duggar,
and Duggar.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Duggar.
I too would cast my vote for Duggar.
Well, then I'm outnumbered.
That's 2-1.
But
yeah, see ya.
We all know that's just because Jake's biased against Harrison Smith.
That's not Jake.
No,
it is Jake now. We've already been over this, Miller. He's slowly devolving.
Shut up. All right, so Kyle Duggar at 10.
I guess.
Yep. So good.
Now where do we go?
Don't care. Season's over.
Duggar. And then you go up to, what are their names?
I already forgot again.
Hamilton, Winfield, Fitzpatrick, Holland, Bates, Simmons, James, Byard, and Baker.
I would go Derwin. No, I'd go Byard.
Derwin's tough. Derwin's really tough to rank.
I would put Derwin above Byard.
Yeah, I would put Derwin over a couple guys. My issue is I don't think Derwin himself fell off. I just think the Chargers defense sucks.
Yeah. Which is possible, but do we really have any backing for that?
Yeah, the Chargers defense sucks.
Yeah, but do we have any, but how do we know he's not contributing?
I mean, I don't know, man. How do you know a safety's contributing or not ever? Because 95% of the time they aren't in coverage and they aren't making a play on the ball. So you're just.
I think it'd be silly to overthink Derwin.
I do too.
Yeah, all right.
Know exactly what he is. So
right.
So Buda Baker at 9, got it.
Sure.
I was gonna go Byard at 9.
I would too, but Miller.
I think Buda Baker's definitely better than Byard.
I was trying to pull fast. Kevin Byard at 9, realistically.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, unlike Miller, I'm willing to argue.
I would then put Buda at 8.
Yeah.
Buda.
And then I would put Derwin at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put Simmons at 6.
Yeah.
I'd go Fitzpatrick at 6. Just because of the injury.
Fine. Yeah.
Wait. Am I misremembering? Because I might be.
Simmons probably got hurt too, honestly.
Simmons also got
Simmons
hurt.
made a Pro Bowl.
He did?
And was hurt the year before.
So I'm going to put Simmons at 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus he's 30. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot Simmons got hurt. That changes things.
I'm going to put Fitzpatrick at 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holland at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to remember for a second there.
Winfield is at 2. Hamilton's at 1 for me.
So that puts Jesse Bates at 3 since we decided to ignore him.
Jesse Bates at 3, and then there's Winfield versus Hamilton for the top spot.
Do we want to have the Winfield-Hamilton debate?
I mean, that's the only debate here. So
I think it's Hamilton.
Versatility versus raw coverage.
I was going to say, I think it's Hamilton just in general.
I think they're 1A, 1B.
It's the reason. It's for the same reason that I used to argue Harrison Smith is best safety in the league over certain guys. Versatility. He can do things that the other guy can't.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bias.
No. If it was bias, I'd be arguing Antoine Winfield. But
this guy likes Antoine Winfield more than Kyle Hamilton. I wonder why.
Because for lots of reasons, but
you have something against the city of Baltimore, Geek?
No.
Oh.
No, it's because his dad is a Vikings legend, and I wanted him to be a Viking. Duh.
Yeah. But I think Antoine Winfield Jr. and then Kyle Hamilton is the way I would go.
Yeah.
Hamilton at 1.
So to recap, safeties: Kyle Hamilton number 1, Antoine Winfield Jr. number 2, Jesse Bates number 3, Javon Holland at 4, Minka Fitzpatrick at 5, Justin Simmons at 6, Derwin James at 7, Buda Baker at 8, Kevin Byard at 9, Kyle Duggar at 10, and then corners once again: Sauce Gardner at number 1, Patrick Surtain at number 2, Jalen Johnson at number 3, Jalen Ramsey at number 4, Denzel Ward at number 5, Trent McDuffie at number 6, number 7 was Jair Alexander, 8 was L'Jarius Sneed, 9 was AJ Terrell, and 10 was Charvarius Ward.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Okay.
Not a single Viking in sight.
I know I have a thing. I'm going to
And
mention
that's
the
just
Vikings.
bias is why Harrison's not here, let me tell you.
I want to mention the Vikings somehow. Before I do my big emotional outro thing. Geek, how do you feel about the Winter Warrior jerseys that the Vikings just released?
I love them.
I guess I can ask Miller the same question. But how do you guys feel about the new Winter Warriors?
So I've talked
New uni drops.
I've talked before. I don't normally love whiteout uniforms. Like white helmets have always been a thing I don't love. What I think I've learned is it's normally because teams do white helmets wrong. They either go like the old high school football gray face mask, not silver, but like that gross gray like the Cardinals used to wear.
Yeah.
Or they go like the Bills or the Dolphins and have a white face mask, and it doesn't look good. Accent colors need to exist, and teams forget that, or they just use a gross one. The Bengals, when they did their all whites, black face mask is better. The Vikings going the silver route, I love it. I knew we were going whiteout after the back-to-back years of the winter whiteout game. We knew this was coming. Yeah. But I do genuinely love the way it looks, though I do want to yell at fanatics for being biased. Why only offensive players exist for those jerseys? Not a custom one.
You want
not
the Harry the Hitman?
Yeah. I need to finally
Sorry,
get
no
that one.
marketable defensive players.
That's just not true. That's insane. Also, just in general, why not have the jerseys for all the guys you featured in the promo video? Like, it bugs me. CJ Ham is always one of the most featured guys in our promo videos, and then the jerseys don't exist, bro. I'm glad I own
the
a
face
CJ
of the Vikings is a fullback. Makes you think.
What?
Said the face of the Vikings is a fullback.
Well,
it makes you think.
I think the face of the Vikings might be that wide receiver who's pretty good. Actually, technically, if you look at the logo and look at how the players look, the face of the Vikings is TJ Hawkinson. Same facial hair, same facial structure. TJ Hawkinson
Just
was
wait
born
until
to be a
they
Viking.
unveil their alternate logo and CJ Ham unveils his new hairstyle.
You know what I'm ready to see? I've seen this as a conversation. I want the throwbacks that we debuted last year to just go be our main uniforms, both home and away. Make a white version. I have the CJ Ham white version of it in my closet. Just make those and cool. And then give us a blackout uniform too. Have both.
Yeah.
What do you think of it though, Jakey boy?
I like them. That's about it. Miller?
I just wish they had a little more purple. Just a little bit.
I do wish, like, they have the Norse, like, banding in certain spots. Make that purple.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just like
or
a
even
touch more
silver,
purple.
just so it, like, pops out a little.
Yeah, because my big, like, I don't like solid color jersey pants combos. Like, I like different. Like, if you're going to wear a solid color jersey, wear white pants. If you're wearing a white jersey, wear solid color pants. I don't like the white out, the black out, all that kind of stuff. It's not my thing. I like the contrasting stuff. White out jerseys or white out uniforms, I can get behind a little bit if there's at least some color. and the Vikings have like some splashes.
Yep.
But I just wish there was a little bit more.
Fair.
Just a little bit. Like you
they
got
have
the
the
stripe
stripe.
on the shoulder, but it's so thin. You're not going to be. You can't tell. It's not going to stick out.
There's also
Like,
the
if you would've
stripe on the
made
pants.
Right, but again, that's maybe I just need to see it on the
I was
field.
gonna say
too.
on
like,
the field always matters. That's why I'm not
Right.
so staunchly hating on the Broncos and Lions.
Yeah.
I want to see
And
them
I
on the
don't-
field. And I
I
don't
don't
hate the
dislike
Lions
them.
uniforms. They're just
Yeah,
they didn't. We're acting like they're suddenly the best uniforms in football, and they're not. They're just.
No.
Are they much better than what they were? Yes. Are they still a middle of the road uniform? Yes, except for those goddamn blacks with the blue pants. That
Yeah.
uniform's gonna look so sick,
yeah,
and it makes me so angry.
yeah. But no, I like the new Vikings uniforms. I just wish there was a little more
Yeah.
purple. And I also, Geek and I talked about this last week. The picture specifically of Aaron Jones with the way his numbers
Yeah.
are spaced out is
It's
so
weird.
It's only
busted,
Aaron
and
Jones.
I hope that's some sort of mistake and that's not like a
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
thing, because if it's a real thing, that's going to
Yeah.
bug me unbelievably.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we've seen
Yeah.
they show us other guys with 2 numbers, and it's not a problem. So
Right.
it feels like it
Right.
has
Maybe he
to
got
be.
Maybe he got a faulty prototype or something.
I was gonna say maybe it was just prototypes, and they were like, "Well, we have Aaron Jones now. Let's whip him up one real quick," and it just didn't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Fanatics. I mean, they do have a pretty high failure rate. So
Yeah. But I don't, like I said, I don't love like one color uniforms. Like Bears fans want to do a polar bear alternate.
see,
I'm pretty
No.
staunchly against that.
I normally only like all white, which is weird. I know I just said I don't like all white, but like the jersey pant combo being all white, I hate when the Vikings go all purple. I really do. It looks okay if certain players are smart. Like when we do the all purple, JJ and Harry both have like socks and sleeves and everything that are black. That looks better.
Yeah.
But when it just goes all purple, it's gross. And I love
And that-
purple.
Now that you mention that, that might help with my lack of purple with the whiteouts.
Purple socks.
If people wearing purple socks, purple
That's true.
sleeves, purple gloves, whatever,
yeah.
maybe that'll make me like
They
them
might
more.
wear only white though, because it's
Which I
going to
would
be the
hate.
Yeah,
winter
true.
whiteout game.
I would
Yeah.
despise that. That's too much white.
I don't know what
Yeah.
is the winter whiteout game going to be. Have we announced it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's when you guys play the London Silly Nannies?
Ah,
won't
Monday,
be
December
broadcast.
16th. Is that the Bears?
Oh no.
Damn, we gonna turn those white jerseys red.
I don't know, but it might be. Hold on. Vikings schedule.
Jake, while he's doing this, Jake, why do the Packers uniforms suck?
Ooh.
I don't have much to say.
Why are they so ugly?
Well, I actually think they're good.
Why are they so
As a
ugly?
Packers fan, I think they're good because of their history.
Why couldn't you
actually,
pick a better color
personally-
scheme?
Just
Yeah.
personally, I actually really like the color scheme that they have.
Of course
Why-
you do. You're a
Personal, like-
Packers fan.
My personal subjective opinion. No, my favorite color is green.
Oh, well.
That's just my favorite color has been green ever since I was a kid. Green and sky blue are like my 2 favorite colors.
Sure,
Right?
but
And
green and yellow, why are you content with being the color of like baby shit?
because of cheese.
Yes,
So
moldy cheese.
I was gonna say you want to be moldy cheese.
Uh-huh. I love blue cheese.
Kind of gross.
Ooh.
I see. My issue is kind of with the Packers and the Bears, because the way they do their uniforms is very similar, and it's super basic, and it makes me angry.
Dude.
Have
Yeah, Monday, December
something
16th.
about you. It is the Bears. Yeah.
Bears at Vikings, Monday, December 16th, the Winter Warrior game.
So the Bears are going to be wearing either their blues or their oranges.
Yep.
Probably their blues.
Blues. Yep.
I don't think the Bears haven't released a uniform schedule yet.
No.
I don't think the Vikings have either, but they're only wearing the whites once, so they had to.
I want. Do you guys remember the Bears uniforms that were like they were navy jerseys and the numbers were like a solid orange block color?
Yeah.
It's like how the
Those are my
Vikings do their
fav-
color rushes. No accent.
yeah,
It's just blue and
like
orange.
that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite jersey of all time. I wish the Bears would bring those back because they
That
go
would be a
so
cool game to do it,
unbelievably
too.
hard.
That would be.
Yeah.
That'd be a sick time.
Because like, I remember I think the last time we wore them was like Trubisky era.
Did
And we
Trubisky
wore
wear them?
yes, Trubisky wore them at least once. And I think it might have. The Bears have tried to do some fun stuff with throwbacks in the last, like, however many years. Like, obviously, we have I really like the striped white jerseys with the funky helmets.
I'm on record saying that's their best uniform, but
I love those. They're fun. They're goofy, and plus, you know me, I'm a buff for like the old history. That's like Nagurski era Bears shit. And then for a little while there, when they didn't have an alternate shell for it, obviously, but they did like the white C that the Bears wore in like the 60s and 70s. I wish they'd bring that back every once in a while. That's cool because it's not a different shell. It's still the navy. It's just you swap out the orange for white and it looks dope.
The same as they could just bring back that all, like the dark navy, because it's the same shell. No accents. It's the same. Yeah. Like they could just do that, and the NFL can't say anything.
Yeah,
like just do it. It's annoying as shit. I just got a alert for something because my OBS is open. Obviously, I don't know what the fuck it was because it's not one of my Twitch alerts, so I don't know.
There is a nuke hurtling at your home in particular.
So somebody, it's either something to do with YouTube or somebody bought something.
You've been banned from YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna do my.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to manifest that. Knock on wood.
Yeah, that would be rough.
So,
but all right, Jake,
you've been promoted to Mr. YouTube.
Let's go, Mr. YouTube.
Okay, obviously, I'm here, and you may be thinking to yourself, "Why is Jake here?" Thinking that to yourself, you're a horrible person, and I hate you. If you're thinking, "Why is Jake here?" I listen. I think it's been about a month and a half since I left Run the North. I think I left on April 25th officially. And there has been, I told the boys this, maybe I didn't, but I'm gonna say it now. There has been like a genuinely like noticeable hole in my life without it, right? And so, it was really weird because the whole reason why I decided to come back was I was driving somewhere and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put on the newest Run the North episode, the one with Grayson, and I heard Grayson on the show, and I was like, I gotta come back.
This is wrong.
I gotta come back. But genuinely, just hearing like the interactions and stuff. Very long story short, I'm back officially full time. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed your month of chaos because Daddy's home.
And now you have to break it to Steven that he doesn't get his episode.
Yeah. Steven does not get his episode.
He's going to be pissed.
Now, I would just like to say two things real quick. Number one, we will still have Steven on at some point for something. Number two, that's a great story and it's very wholesome. But my headcanon, and what I want everyone else to believe, is that we had one episode with Grayson, decided this is horrible, and just went and got Jake back.
Just begged me to go there, like, please.
We can't do this again.
I'm okay with that. But yeah, Jake's back. Daddy's home. We're good.
No more insufferable Miller or Geek intros, so that's good.
One breezy.
Dude, I can barely do an intro for my own shit.
Can I outro? Does that feel right?
Dude, we've been missing it. The only thing we've still got is the bye, only not really, because I've been doing the outro. So then I have to like do the outro, go, Miller, say something. And then he does, and then I say bye.
Well, hold on. You gotta wait another 2 hours before we do the outro. So the next topic
I don't have time.
Today's
yeah. We just want to thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Run the North podcast. Obviously, we're going to be continuing to do these top 10 lists. So if you like them, let us know in the comments. Give us a rate and a review on Spotify. Help the podcast grow on all of our platforms. Anywhere you want to listen to your podcasts, I'm sure we're on it. Go and listen. Listen in the car. Listen with your friends. Tell your friends about it. Give them the link. But overall, just follow us on Spotify. Give us a rate and review. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a comment on this video about what position you want us to do next for these rankings. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.